Oscar, man, those fuckers. No. Going to talk about me on your blog? Free publicity for me, honey. I love it. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't born on earth to create a blog about other people. I don't have the time in my life.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
The foundation of that, because if you build a publication of any kind, right, you need to call in someone with relevance for your publication
To become relevant.
And that is why, whether you say good or bad about us,
We are
you
relevant.
called that because we are household names. You have to run us maybe through the mud or do something
for you to get
remain
publicity. Yeah.
public.
Because you're nobody. No one
Because
knows
you are
who you are,
nobody.
you're a ghost.
They have to talk about you, because if they talk about themselves, no one
Nobody
listens.
listens. Welcome back to part 2 of this beautiful, amazing, stunning, lovely, and entertaining interview. I'm your host, Thembakazi Mealies. Welcome to Talk Time with Thembakazi Mealies. I have 2 amazing, beautiful individuals that are in my life that are here today to entertain, inform, and bedazzle you guys.
Bedazzle, darling.
Bedazzle, darling.
Baby.
Okay, so let's speak about branding and business and lifestyle. How do you guys balance career, business? I know Ria's also a stylist, a designer. You know, you're a fashion guru, stylist. What would you call yourself as? I'm not going to name the specific company, but in that role, what do you see yourself as? Because I've seen we've worked together. So I've seen you on the floor and how you handle things, and how would you pull yourself out of being just a sales, not just a sales associate, but like how would you define your role at that specific establishment? Because I think it's bigger than what people think it is. Let's just say
It's
that.
bigger than that. And it's retail. I'll say it is retail. But it's corporate retail. And you know, it prepares you for the world. It prepares you for the real work life. Okay, I've been stretched across multiple different positions. I've done merchandising. I've done leading. I've done coaching. I've trained people. So my entire
Role, your title is larger than that.
So I believe that I'm a leader because I've tackled each and every level of workmanship. I mean, I'm a director as well. I mean, I own a business. I own my business after high school. You know, young, queer, gay, black, powerful. I own a business in Cape Town CBD. That survived.
That's a big deal.
That survived COVID.
Yeah, and it's still running. It's still standing.
Not a single client over months. We're paying rent comfortably. So I'm a leader. I'm a leader. I'm a change maker. And listen to my story openly and understand me. We go for honey.
Please tell us more about your business side. Besides you working in luxury and being this luxurious baddie queen, tell us more about the entrepreneurship side and how you balance that with work.
I'm very good with discipline, as you guys both know.
Oh, we know.
I am.
I don't want to. I almost said something.
Yeah.
No.
For me, honey, big D for discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. And being disciplined at a very, very young age speaks to how you were raised.
Yes.
It speaks about your mental capacity as well. So I know how to delegate everything and separate everything and give myself what it needs on 110%. I can even do it at the very same time.
Yeah.
I know how to delegate, but I have access to great team members. I have a great structure in my business mindset. I've got experience. I didn't just go into something on having some sort of bracket about it. I had mentors. I've got accountants. I've got managers. I've got financial advisors. I've got a media team. I flew down my team from Nigeria. So I'm skilled and I'm ready to devote my entire life into giving people customer service excellency through and through. And it's coming through me. My job's great. My business is great. You know, it's showing the return on investment of the brand of a corporation. So it makes me feel really good that I can do all these things at a very young age. And I'm paving the way for the young black queer people.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Even in Cape Town, it is possible.
Yeah. For young black queer.
I mean, I had my business. I was 18, and it's running by itself and it's flourishing.
I think
he knows.
he's a true representative Am I saying it right?
Representation.
Representative.
Yeah.
That's fine, Tony.
It's okay.
You're old.
They're always teasing each other. It's actually awkwardly weird.
Yeah. So he represents what gays are known for.
Yeah.
Excellence. But if I were to put it
And lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think
if I were to put it through work, diligence.
Yeah.
So he's very diligent at work. Yeah, I think diligence is
people
the word.
come in there and they're like, where's Sean?
Yes,
Yes.
People are like, where's Sasha?
Where's
Sean?
Sasha?
Where's...
Yeah.
And just to take you back to your question about who I am,
Yeah.
to just the fashion industry as a whole.
As a stylist, designer, entrepreneur as well.
You're a fashion engineer.
I create families with these people, so I become a part of their families, and we create a new family together.
Yeah.
Where gays have always been trusted, and I'm sorry, I just feel like the conversation is also addressing why a gay person is gay and what it means to be gay to the community that doesn't necessarily identify as gay. So gays are known for excellence, whether they are hairdressers, whether they are salespeople. People trust their advice, people trust their counsel. Ladies want to have a gay friend because they believe we tell it as it is.
We don't play around.
Yes, so that's why people wanna trust us with their own life decisions. So that's how far we've proven ourselves. He, on the other hand, is diligent at work, and he also is able to create families within a business structure, so that's why people will say, where is Sashay? And when he's not there, they don't want anyone else to serve them, because he will ask them when he is around, how was your
experience?
How was your holiday?
Oh, holiday, yes.
How was your holiday?
It's like an interpersonal relationship,
yes.
not just being a client, but I'm selling your lifestyle, but you
Yes.
also know that I care.
Client walks into the store and they will ask me, what's new in stock? And I will tell them, we have a lot of new stock, but it doesn't speak to you.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean? So that's
We
how...
have a lot of new things, but this is more of what you like, because I know.
Yeah.
I know what you want, I know how to guide you. I think that's what you're trying to say, and direct you. You want it to be personal. And I was going to say, I think working, I don't know if you guys agree, working in clientele services or membership execs or customer service, whatever it has to do, does that make you a good entrepreneur? Does that kind of like build the way and the path of you having a great business relationship with your clients? I honestly think it does.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
it's the most uncomfortable position sometimes to be in, especially when you're starting, but beep beep. But I think it's one of the jobs that will really, if you're an entrepreneur at heart, it will, like we said, interpersonal relationships. It will give you the ways to answer people, how to sympathize with clients. I think it's such an important skill for anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur to actually work in a clientele service industry.
Yes, and you very much correct. I mean, when I joined
That brand,
the brand, I had just failed in business, which was a big milestone within my career, because it was 10 years and I was celebrating myself within the 10 years of being a stylist. And then I erected a business from scratch, literally a physical store that people could walk into and touch the brand, which is a very big achievement to have an establishment.
Yes, definitely.
But then the establishment had a missing element to it, which I had to learn through joining other brands. The other brand prior to this one was an online brand, which taught me how to actually have the business, especially because that's a very important thing as well, that in anyone's brand, we need to understand how to evolve with times. So we are in a digital times right now, where everything has gone online, and obviously social media has always been, for the past 20 years, been the fastest growing media platform after radio and TV.
Yes.
And we didn't catch on. Everyone was saying it. social media has got
YouTube, social media,
Now,
Instagram, yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Now,
emails.
now that's where it's at. Now that's where it's at. It's bigger than TV. It's bigger than all of these other.
Everyone that
platforms.
was on big broadcasting stations, TV, whatever,
Yes.
wants to be on social media,
So
wants to
be
be
on
some
social
sort of
media.
an influencer.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to learn that you can actually run your business online. People who actually want to visit a physical store will be someone who just really wants to see where are you based.
The product,
Where are you
yes.
based? Yeah, because they don't care anymore. There's virtual fitting rooms on this.
Literally, there's so many ways to
Yeah.
run
The fourth industrial revolution
Mm.
has changed the game
Yeah.
completely.
yeah.
And then when I joined this company, that's when now I learned actually having clienteling skills. So, which is very much important.
Important.
Those were two things that I was missing in my business: clienteling, being able to actually check on
Clients,
clients
yeah.
and actually create that relationship. More than anything, it's not even checking up; it's creating a
relationship.
Because it's that relationship. From that relationship, you can
Expand your
get-
business, yeah.
The one thing they taught us was it's never a goodbye.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's never a good
It's never a
time.
goodbye.
Yeah.
So we always just say thank you for shopping with us, thank you for supporting us. Almost like it's don't do it again, or with the hopes that you can come back. But when we were taught, it's never a goodbye. Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It's
see you
not,
next time.
it's not robotic. It's a human centric touch. We're not,
And also it's-
we're not selling a product on a hanger that just looks glamorously beautiful. We're literally changing your entire lifestyle, making you become within the family that we are building for over 100 years. That takes critical skill to obtain such excellence. To work where we work, you have to be hand selected. It's not just you bring your CV into the room,
Yeah.
you take it in. We don't do that kind of thing, honey. We have a structure around it, it's hand selected. They have to trust you that you can then, fulfill the dream
Deliver the
element of it.
standard, yeah.
Every single people, and this is why I say in retail it's different. I don't work for retail, but it's not just like I like retail. Some people sell clothes to people and they leave. We perform, we're performing a great experience.
We're creating a lifestyle.
It's a performance.
Yes.
Every single sale is a performance. And performances require a standing ovation at the end of the performance. That proclaims your excellency. Every single client that comes back is a standing ovation. Every sale, standing ovation. You have to build the dream, the life. It needs to be enchanting. I'm not just selling you a great silk on a damn hanger. I'm literally just
Giving you a luxury experience.
I'm giving you
Yeah.
a taste of the art that's
Tailored,
built.
one.
Tailored,
Yeah.
curated,
Yeah.
world class, one of a kind per person. That's a
Because
performance.
that's the difference. That's the difference
Yes.
between any type of retail. When it starts to get to luxury, it's tailored to you. And that's why
And there's so many. After that small little glitch, we're back and we're gonna address the little elephant or the big elephant in the room.
huge.
Huge.
Is it anything in terms of literally, physically, or
We're gonna address blogs.
okay?
Okay.
The elephants in the room, blogs. How do you guys deal with blogs and media, whether it's positive or negative? How do you guys incorporate that and make it like good for your brand or leverage off of that? How do you guys do that? Yeah.
So for me, how I would define a brand, it's a feeling. A brand is a feeling, honestly, and it's how you feel and how you project that feeling onto the next person. So for me, I don't allow anyone to contaminate with my feelings. Lucky for me, I grew up pretty. I don't know how it feels like to be ugly. I don't know how it's like to be poor. I don't know how it's like to be angry.
And this is not from an ignorant stance, right?
No,
It's just a statement.
No,
Okay.
I have vivid memories of me greeting, because I was taught where I grew up to greet everyone.
Yeah, everyone's the
so,
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I remember the responses from the from the, I call them parents, because we were brought up told that you are a child of the community. So as you greet in the whole street before you get to your house, the response from the parents or the elderly people, they would say, whose child are you?
Yes.
And then I would say,
it's a reflection of your family.
Some of them, they would also say, hi girl. And I said, no, mama, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy. Because obviously at that time, I didn't have a beard or anything.
Features.
And they said, oh, sorry, you are so beautiful that you look like a girl. So that was just how I lived my life all the time. So I think it's late for them. For me, I just feel like it's late for them to try to crush me. It's late. It never really affects me. And I see how I walk into spaces, like if I walk into a club, if I walk into
a corporate
place,
meeting,
and I would see people who are actually educated, or people have money, or people have resources that I don't have, how I intimidate them.
Have yet.
So that's why I'm just like, for me, it doesn't really affect me.
Do you think, sorry to cut you off, is it intimidation or is it you commanding or taking over the room? Because I don't think it's necessarily you, or I would like to say, because I know you, I don't think it would be an intimidation, but it's you command the room when you walk in. And I think that's respectable more than intimidating. Sometimes when you respect someone that just came in, you kind of like, ooh, who is that? But you're kind of shy to ask like who they are. I'd like to put it like, because I know you're very humble. I
am very humble. I never leave my house to go and make someone feel like that way uncomfortable. It's through their own insecurities and feeling inferior around me that will make them say something that will be negative. Because I don't even have someone that can say, he is my enemy because he did this to me.
You did,
It's just, I am not going to press a like on his picture because he will think I am his fan. But why don't you do the whole thing? Unfollow me if you don't want to see my content. If you see my content, I produce beautiful content. I'm 33. I am successful and
you create your content very well. Sorry,
exactly.
I've seen, obviously I've seen your content. You tell stories with every post. So I understand what you mean when you say that unfollow me if you don't like what you see.
Yes.
And when you say things like, if the blogs are saying anything negative about who I am, like it doesn't shake my confidence, because I was brought up in a home where I was told I'm beautiful, I'm loved. And I think confidence also stems from that, where you were raised. If you didn't come from those good words and you heard negative words, you kind of start believing them, which is very sad.
And nothing, because that's what I'm saying, it's late. I have so many voices. I have so many words that run into
your head,
through my head, which you've said it yourself that I am someone who's also very inclined with my spirituality, and for me, people say things about me sometimes that are true, but that's not the truth. What is my truth? The truth is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that's how I believe, that's how I think of myself. I know for a fact that tomorrow morning, if I put my mind into something, I can perform it. I can perform it. Do you understand what I mean? I know I can be the greatest model. I know I can be an actor. I know I can be a greatest vocalist. Should I decide to put my mind into it? So for me, they can pick it up. They can tell that this person is somewhat aware of themselves. That's why in the scene we say umuntu uyazibona. They actually say,
like where you going, but you can't see yourself.
That's when we are born, which means you are aware of yourself, and you are almost tapping into yourself, and it's annoying them because they want to tell you are beautiful, and if they don't tell you, you shouldn't feel it that you are beautiful. So the problem comes when you say I am beautiful, and I only keep a company of people who believe they are beautiful, who can say it themselves. I will laugh about it. I'm like, oh, you're blowing your own horn, but I'm actually impressed. I actually want to keep that company. It's nice air to breathe around people who you don't always have to constantly apologize for you being a confident person and being a stylish person and being a beautiful person.
Who you are.
That's just who you are.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, drops the mic. Yes, sure.
I would add on the spot. I'm black and white. Digitally, I've got 17,000 followers on Instagram. Great. My monthly views are over 990,000.
98. I think,
998.
yeah.
I was
You shared it that
a million,
day.
whatever, it's fine, it's a million, it's okay. That should tell you something. That a million people are viewing my page on a daily basis, but they cannot find it in themselves to click follow. Because I vehemently sustain what they can't give or have. I've got skill, I've got style, I've got grace, I've got a mental capacity, I've got a business. People who hate you love you.
They love you.
They're absolutely obsessed with you.
They love you.
They just can't find the configuration on why I love this person so much, who is by far, far more what I'll ever become my entire life. Because you're closing yourself like that. Follow me, listen to me, watch me, and take guidance from me. Who grows the community? People of color have a bit of a mental glitch, I don't know. But blogs, I've been training on blogs for my entire life. For multiple different things, and I understand. People find me intimidating, rude, harsh, narcissistic, whatever they want to call me, great. That's on you. Get to know me and understand me. You'll go far in life. You know what I mean? And if you're going to talk about me on your blog, free publicity for me, honey. I love it. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't born on earth to create a blog about other people. I don't have the time in my life.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
The foundation of that, because if you build a publication of any kind, right, you need to call in someone with relevance for your publication
to become relevant.
And that is why, whether you say good or bad about us,
we are
you
relevant.
called that because we are household names. You have to run us maybe through the mud or do something for you
to get publicity. Yeah.
Because you're nobody. No one
because
knows
you are
who
nobody. They have to talk about you, because if they talk about themselves, no one listens.
And there you have it.
Relevance is
Take
key.
notes.
Relevance is key.
And I'll cling to that. I'm never spicy on my podcast, but you guys are making me so spicy today, guys. I love those responses. Yeah, I think Masivale.
No,
See, Vale,
that's
it. I'm in the mood.
we are in the mood.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys 2 more questions and then
Maybe
roll it up. Separate question.
Or connected questions while we are in unit.
Okay, so how did you guys, besides working, yes, great question. How did you guys formulate your friendship when you worked in such a competitive industry as colleagues? Most of the times, people that work in your industry would see someone else that's new that comes in or whatever as like, oh, they're gonna take my spot, or like they'll be intimidated by it. How did you guys handle that and formulate a friendship? And also guidance, not necessarily guidance, but tips to other queer people, because I feel like queer people are so great, love the community, but I also feel like they can be so mean to each other.
It's a dangerous community.
How would you guys say it's important to actually be more unified in that community and uplift and like embrace each other?
Yeah. So,
I mean, we're not. Okay.
do you want to say something? Okay.
Tell them, Jim.
I'm telling them.
Tell them, Jim.
Yeah, it's exactly this. So we complement each other because we are different. Totally different.
Completely different.
I'm more human, loving, whatever. He's not pro-humans. He's
like an alien robot.
He's like an alien who wants to kill everyone else and chop them off. All of that, right?
Not really, no.
I know.
But how it all worked out was, for me, I was taught as an artist by my art class teacher.
Director.
His name was Goniwe. I don't know his surname. I can't remember now. Goniwe. He gave us an apple. He put the apple on a stand, and he said to us, if you want to draw this apple onto the canvas, you need to look at the apple, and when you remove your eyes from the apple to the canvas as you're drawing, you need to eradicate or obliterate everything else that you see around you, so that you see the apple always as you're painting. That's how you translate the physical into what you should, what you're painting, what you're drawing, or what you're sculpting. So for me, when I met him, was, Why is he a senior?
Oh, I was the apple.
Yeah. Apple of my eye.
Apple of your eye.
Apple of my eye, yes.
He loves being flattered. Oh.
Yeah.
Should be quiet.
So I was very smart. I felt, because in all my retail jobs, I had to make friends with my superiors.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't like someone telling me what to do or that I'm in trouble or something like that.
Because you're a true entrepreneur.
Yes, because I'm
And
a
a
true
troublemaker.
Yeah, and a troublemaker as well.
Ria, were you making I was in there to catch
You
the
wouldn't
trouble.
know because the trouble was reported to my friend.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think with us, our relationship was built on the fact that we were supposed to hate each other, but we were not going to hate each other because we were walking in different shoes, and I wanted to tie his shoes while he wanted to tie mine. And I wanted to become friends with him because he was very poetic in how he spoke his English. And I wasn't going to stop being friends with him because I wanted to learn that skill of being a poetic speaker in English. Better way to express myself, and especially if you're working in luxury, you don't want to say, "Ma'am, this is nice." You need to say something else.
This is exquisite.
Ma'am, this is exquisite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And men should taste the product. And I wanted to integrate that into my own
You went there
personal
wanting to
brand.
learn. You
Yes.
wanted the friendship. And I think going back to my question, I feel like a lot of people in the queer community can't say what you're saying right now. They can't say that I came into this space and the situation and I actually really like this person. I want to learn from them.
Yeah.
It's always a competition thing, which is also sometimes like the feminine thing in the conversation we were having earlier in the room. About specific people and how friendships go, and how when people, going back to the statement I was wrapping up, is a lot of people just can't appreciate goodness when they see it. And I think as humans and people, we really need to start doing that in the smallest ways and learn jealousy.
Yes.
Like, it's such a weird concept. It's such a, like, it's a very, I don't know how to put it, like, it's such a weird thing. I feel like even that feeling of thought, you should cancel it. Like, why is it coming to your mind?
Yeah,
and why are you entertaining it?
Yeah. So, biblically,
Yeah.
I love the Bible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I draw all my I draw all my
You start
principles
thinking about that.
from that, and I
Yeah.
obviously try them and test them before I can actually say, let's apply this.
Yes.
Right? So they say in the Bible, he who who receives a prophet receives the prophet's gift. So if you don't receive me as a businessman, you don't receive what a businessman can teach you about business. If you don't receive me as a hustler, you don't receive all of the things that I know about the skills of what a hustler. So you
the word. You don't receive anything.
You don't receive anything. So a lot of us be like, I wanna be a Bonang. I wanna be a Beyonce.
What do you want to learn from?
I wanna become a Bea. I wanna
a sachet,
when you
a
step
The big names,
Yes.
the names in the industry.
Then when you are when you are faced with these people, you don't know how to relate to them.
Self-sabotage.
You need to receive them. You need to receive them so as they can be a mentor to you. And a mentor is not someone that is really subjecting you. He's just a teacher. You need this. What people don't know, meekness. I have that spirit of meekness, where meekness is you are a teachable spirit. I have a teachable spirit. I know when to acknowledge when I don't have a certain skill, and I learn from it. I learned a lot of things from him as a young person. And guess what? We had an induction in Durban. He was not there. I went. They flew us all there. And when we were there, they said, "Oh my God, that's almost like we had a Sean here." Because I was speaking like Sean. I was commanding the room like Sean. I was training like Sean. And I mean,
And there's nothing wrong with it.
and this was said by a trainer
Nothing wrong
to
with it.
everyone, the team at the brand where we at, they were shocked, but they didn't know because I'm sponging from the actual Sean. Do you understand? But if I don't receive him and I'm trying to compete with him and I'm trying to be better than him, we're going nowhere.
That's so wholesome.
It's true.
And it's just a reminder for anyone watching that not everyone's your enemy, not everyone's competing with you, not everyone hates you. Just embrace people and actually love them and like genuinely want to learn from them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Closing thoughts, Sean.
People have a lot of interpersonal issues. People are their own enemies.
Projection, darling.
People are their own enemies. Okay, and that's when communities start breaking out, and when things start becoming a total mess. The same situation that he explained and how he was open-mindedly into me and he grew and he became a mini me in a different city. That's how it should be with everyone. You don't know what gift, like you said, I'm going to provide you if you're not going to give me a chance.
Yeah.
So you're going to post me on blogs, I'm going to turn it along, you're going to not follow me, but you don't know what I have to offer you. I've been in this game for many, many years. I'm going to be a guru, but in my eyes, I am a guru. I've touched on many different things in life. I've done music, I've done acting, I've done singing, I have a business. I've got a executive retail job. Everything I've touched, everything I've done has been successful.
Yes, yeah.
Because I put thought into it. I'm not wasting time. So putting thought into things and just living life with an open-minded mindset will take you so far. And that's what being a young black child taught me growing up in Cape Town. Like, you know what? There's a bigger world out there. There's more to offer. You just have to be open-minded, strategic, calculative, and just strategic about it.
And consistent.
And calculative about it. Consistency is key, madam.
Yeah.
We're not living a facade. We don't have to. We're living a lifestyle. We're doing things within consistency. That's why I'm always going to be Sasha West. I've lived my life very consistently.
The most important thing, just to add, is never to skip steps. A lot of people skip steps.
They skip steps.
And
that's why a lot of people
don't know this. Sorry about skipping steps. I'm actually going to mention something you told me about how you started at that specific establishment. You started at the bottom of the bottom, and people probably think that I don't know if you shared the story with Ria. So you started as the rapper, or was it the rapper? Or
hell no! What?
No.
Rapping? Wait.
You
do look like a
cashier.
rapper now, but I can't imagine you.
like Jay-Z and like King, like Kanye.
No.
Oh hell no!
The gift packager, rapper,
They want
cashier.
me to start like that.
Yes.
They want me to become a cashier. I said no.
But that's where they were. Where did you
Oh,
start?
rapper.
The rapper of the.
I'm thinking rap words.
You thinking Kanye West? Yo.
No, also like a rapper.
Where?
Oh, okay.
Crickets.
Chobi, they wanted me to be a guest host at an event. I said no. Then they said I must become a cashier. I said no. I'm not doing the whole next. No. No.
But you did it, I think, for a week, you said.
No, I didn't do
Which
it.
one did you do for a few days before they changed the role?
No.
Which one did you do? I think you did the hosting.
No.
Not the one at the event at the brunch.
No, friend, I attempted the cashier thing.
Oh, for a few days, and then
because at that time I wanted to start, and
that was like what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago?
I didn't start this job because I really needed this job.
You just loved luxury.
I'm not working
you
because
loved the luxury field.
And it's very important to understand something, guys.
There's nothing wrong with working. Let's not
We love working.
We love working.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you work for money and you love what you do, there's a difference. Okay. When you work for money, you focus on money and you become robotic, and that closes your successful, rate.
Your tank.
You know what I mean? When you work for something that you love and it's expressive, people become more relatable.
Yeah.
There's a gravitation towards you, and you become naturally successful. You grow. Every job I've worked in my entire life, I've grown. Because I love what I do. Now that I have to do it, I just love what I do. Because everyone says to me, oh my God, you're a business. Why are you working in that store? I said, no.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
I said, no.
And people forget how many connections there are in luxury.
I said, no.
Retail.
I'm not gonna wear the uniform and stand in that store because I have to. I'm sorry about that.
You love the brand.
I absolutely love my job.
You love your job.
That is why, for my age and my entire classification, I have escalated. I am a skyscraper of success in that store.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I love what I do. I put in the extra work, it makes sense. They feel me. Like I said, when people say, where's Sashay? I'm not there, they leave. Because I'm the disco ball of the room in that store. I'm a disco ball in every room I walk into. Because I know myself, I love myself, I love what I do. If it doesn't show off, then get out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, closing off my thoughts. It was very lovely listening to your individual stories. And there's one more thing that actually I wanted to ask before I say my full thoughts. Have you guys ever been in any situation where, whether it was growing up, adulthood, etc., where you were made to feel so uncomfortable as a man, but someone who's also feminine? So in a situation where, God forbid, someone assaulted you or made you feel somehow, and how would you advise people to come out with maybe a mental dark space and things like that? Yeah.
It's a very good question.
Yeah, I actually remember I was at a department store, I won't mention its name. The security, I think, they do that whole, when you leave the door.
The frisk.
Yeah.
The frisk.
Yeah. And this guy...
Did he touch you?
Yes, so what he did is he did it like how he would do it with
Oh,
everyone.
I hated it so
And then
much at that place. I hated it. I hated it.
So at this department store, he now touched my
genitals,
my private parts, my genitals, and then I hit him immediately just to get him.
That's obviously inappropriate.
Yeah, but he said in his words, "Ufihlani," and I felt like I couldn't explain it because to him it was, you violated me and you knew what you were doing, and I can't explain it to everyone else because Ufihlani is a language that you are speaking as a security to say what are you hiding in there, which is a place I can hide anything. It's my private
area.
It's closed for a reason.
Yeah. So I had to learn to still a part of me remain a man, not only for that but for my sisters and my female loved ones in my family, that I constantly want to remind people that cool, I'm soft in whatever way I present myself and how I express myself, but I can go there because I am born from there. I can
take it there.
I will take it there. So for me, I think it is very important with all gay people to not forget their strength. I'm not saying to not forget their men, because some of them feel like they were born as women, and I don't want to confuse that. Don't forget your strength. That's why you should always be able to protect yourself in this world. It's not so bad like back in the days, but still you will always have someone wanting to explore their own sexuality through their thoughts, and then they will touch something about you. You should be able to protect yourself even through that.
No, thank you for that. And that's quite sensitive. And anyone touching your body, anyone watching this that makes you feel uncomfortable, call them out. Never let anyone belittle you or your body or your mind.
Being gay for me has been the most amazing thing ever. I would not imagine myself not being gay. It was not the best. I would not say it was the most colorful experience, to begin with. Bullying and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I went to private schools, I went to all-white schools, I had a foundation. I could go home to my private chef, they can make me caviar and creme brulee, I'll be fine. But being bullied has now built me to become the most powerful individual I know. No one's gonna bring me down. No one's gonna tell me anything. My mental capacity is fit, okay? Because I've had to undergo so much trauma at a very pivotal stage where I couldn't understand why am I being referred to as specific things? Why am I being, treated the way I am? Because for me, I'm like, it's who I am. I'm accepted home by my family and my friends, and now I'm in schools where there's gates around, and now I'm being, I can't escape. And then I simply escaped. I matriculated and I got into the real world, and I'm like, oh, this is absolutely normal. But I'm glad that whatever was happening around those gates was preparing me for what's going to become my life in the real world. And now I'm the most powerful person in my life, and I'm content with my sexuality. I celebrate it, I embrace it, and I'm happy with it. So to the gay people that are watching this right now, if you're going through any pain or trauma, just go through it. Because every dark side has a flip. And once you flip, you're done, darling.
There's no stopping.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
For me, I can be gay again.
Even in your late side.
Oh, please. I can't
You
imagine.
two guys really big.
I think.
There's a freedom of being gay.
Yeah.
There's so much men.
Gayness means that freedom.
It's gayness is happiness.
Just happy, and you're not boxed. You're not supposed to be here because you're supposed to be
think
here.
about what you'll think of me and
Yes, well now we must.
No,
Now we must
babe.
wear blue because we must. No.
Not because I'm a man, I must wear long pants in the rain, like bum shorts in the rain, and then strut. And you ain't gonna tell me shit. And you're gonna admire me in your car watching me go down the hill. I'm that girl, you know? That's
So you guys are defining gayness as power. Taking your power.
Gayness
Gayness is power. I can tell you this.
Yeah.
We are the most powerful species in the world, even scientifically, because we are creative. You can never establish anything creative without a gay person involved in it. There is no thriving magazine, no thriving publication, no thriving television.
Fashion house.
No success.
Nothing. There's no
without someone being
success
gay behind it.
without a
A
gay
gay
person
element.
behind it. And everyone knows it. That's why I said, when you think gay, you think excellence, you think
Freedom,
You see-
power, those are the words we
Exactly.
use.
Yeah.
Being gay is the way.
Yeah. Being gay is the way. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. It is the season finale of Talk Time with Thembakazi Mealies, and we'll be back in season 2. Thank you guys. Good night.
Bye.